My name is Mike Garlia.
And I'm Steve Jones.
When Steps, the Backstreet Boys and Westlife dominated the pop charts, we decided to write a script.
Based on our experiences as holiday entertainers.
It's sat in an attic for the last 16 years. How terrible is the writing? How awful will the acting be?
Only you can help us decide.
This is Bad Scripts.
Welcome to episode 5 of Bad Scripts. Mike joins me again. Hi, Mike.
I can't believe we've made it to episode 5. In fact, I can't believe we've been going on this long to get to episode 5. Was people still listening?
There must be somebody out there tied in a chair and is still listening in to these two strange middle-aged men waffling on.
Less of them middle-aged. I'm going to live on 250.
Let's have a little recap, shall we, on where we've got to so far in. Where did we go in episode 4? What are we catching up on now?
I think we've had some teething problems with the camp opening. Robin is certainly getting the short end of the stick on this one. I think he's been vomited on and thrown into a swimming pool and ridiculed. So he's had a bit of a hard time as Robin so far. I think there's some romances potentially blossoming. And I suppose that the thing I'm skirting around, which I know you're going to talk about, and I don't know whether I should apologetically or unapologetically mention this, and that is the really bad accents.
Well, Mike, I just want to thank you for taking one for the team there and doing as many accents as you did in the last episode, because I know it wasn't easy doing Daisy and Kelly as you did, and I'm eternally grateful. For those people that follow us on Instagram, if you do, thank you very much. If you don't, at Bad Scripts, get on there and have a look. We did a little poll. I believe 66% of people said that the Geordie accent was definitely worse than the Scottish accent. So,
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree. I think my favourite comment that I saw actually was my dog is looking funny at the high pitched noise. I think that was one of the listeners that wrote that comment in, and I think that was one that kind of had me laughing. Because as I said, the only way I could really do that was to inflect and go higher at the end. I have been practicing. Believe it or not, I've been practicing in my during the downtime. I don't think it's going to improve things, but I've been putting a little bit of rehearsal into it rather than just reading off the page and trying to do these silly accents. My mission going into the, I suppose, the next few episodes, Steve, is to put you under the same pressure to I suppose, take the attention away from me. I think you're still going to find some way for me to look a little bit silly in this one. I'm going to put money on it.
Well, we will just have to wait and see. So stick around.
Interior Mark's office. Mark is sat at his desk going over some promotional material. Karen enters the room looking flustered.
Excuse me, Mr. Stevens, there's a little problem.
I'm a little busy. Can Wayne deal with it?
Well, it's the Slovakians, the foreign bloke from the circus. There's trouble at the main gate.
Exterior main gate. Bob, the security guard, is stood at the main gate trying to stop a family of 5 people from entering. The family comprises of one old woman and her husband, one woman 40-ish, and 2 small children 9 and 11. All the family are dressed in 80s jumpers and look scruffy. The family are talking very loudly in Slovakian. Bob looks dumbfounded. Mark enters with Karen.
What's the problem, Bob?
Oh, thank God you're here. I don't know what to do.
I'm guessing they don't speak English.
Yeah, I think they're asylum seekers or something.
Right, okay. Karen, go and get Vladimir, will you?
Who?
The circus bloke.
All right.
Karen leaves. Are they refugees? Because if they are, I should be issued with guns and tasers.
I don't think they're refugees, Bob.
Terrorists can never be too careful. Public places, easy target.
Bob, shouldn't you be checking the security monitors?
Oh, yeah. Good idea. Just in case one of them got through. It doesn't mean that people get through. Sharpers attack me. Now it gets past. When I was in a TA, we had contingency plans for stuff like this, which is why I think...
Bob, cameras.
Oh yeah, right. Bob leaves.
1 minute.
The family look at him, and the old woman scorns and throws her hands in the air, shouting. Karen comes running back with Vlad. Vlad sees his family and runs past Mark. Natalia! Natalia! The family all gather around Vlad, and there's lots of kissing and hugging. Bob walks back to Mark. So, what's the deal?
Have you got a phone in there?
Yeah, you want me to call the police?
No. Call housekeeping.
Housekeeping? What should I tell him?
Tell them the Russians have landed.
Slovakians, boss.
Right.
Exterior Adventure Playground. Donna and Sam are walking the company mascot through to the adventure playground. We see Moo's body, and to everyone's shock, it has Willy the Walrus's head, with a red bandana pinned to it. As they pass the children, they begin crying and get upset. Exterior Trapeze Marquee. Judy is stood in the centre of the trapeze area. On crowd control is Adam and Kelly. Judy picks up the mic.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very special treat for you this morning. All the way from the Slovakian State Circus, may I introduce you to an astounding, breathtaking act that has gone back from generation to generation. So please, give a warm welcome to the fantastic Vladimir and his amazing trapeze act.
Vladimir walks out and stands in the middle of the trapeze area. A small man walks up to him and takes off his cloak and walks back to the corner of the trapeze rig. The trapeze is lowered by the man and Vladimir gets on. As he is lifted into the air, he begins to perform his act. The crowd are amazed and begin to clap just as they think everything is okay. Vladimir slips and falls to the ground. The crowd are all in shock, while Judy starts flapping on the mic, trying to keep people calm.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Vladimir will be okay, I'm sure. Don't forget our camp friend Moo the cow will be out again soon, and we all can see her. So if you can all make your way to the outdoor swimming area, you'll be able to meet her there.
While Judy is saying this, Vladimir is picking himself off the ground and dusting himself off. Judy runs over to him.
Are you okay?
Judy looks at his arm, which is clearly broken badly.
Oh my goodness. Look at your arm. Look at your arm. You need go hospital.
No problem. Girls' dressing room interior. Kelly, Sam and Donna are in the dressing room getting ready for the evening duty. As the girls are talking, they're getting changed into their uniforms.
You had fun last night?
Yeah, it was nice.
You get much sleep?
Not a lot. I haven't been able to stop yawning all day.
I bet you haven't.
Dan was really funny today.
So, did you go back to your shed?
No. He did this thing with his nose.
So where'd you go?
Oh, to the beach. It was really funny.
On your own?
No? Do you think Dan can be kind of sweet at times?
So who are you with?
Adam. I was with Adam.
Oh, aye.
We didn't do anything, just watch the sunrise. Oh, that's really romantic.
Ooh, I thought you had a boyfriend.
I do.
Oh, how would he feel? Like, you being on the beach, watching the sunrise with Adam?
Oh, we're just friends.
Does Adam know that?
Okay, so that's a difficult scene for us to read because there's basically two conversations going on there, isn't there? There's Kelly's really questioning, giving the third degree to Sam, what are your intentions with Adam? Why are you spending all this time with him if you've got a boyfriend? What's going on here?
If you look at what Donna's saying, she's almost talking to herself. I mean, she's saying what she said. Dan was really funny today. He did this thing with his nose. It was really funny. Don't you think Dan can be kind of sweet? And then she gets involved in the conversation with one line where she said it was romantic to sat on the beach. So we've just revealed something about Sam as well. That obviously the cast know that Sam has a boyfriend and Kelly's calling her out on it.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird that she's not mentioned him when she was talking to Adam on the beach.
I don't think Sam's really had an opportunity to talk much about herself. I mean, Adam was pretty dismissive over a previous role as a supermarket worker, so I'm not sure how you would squeeze in. I worked in a supermarket and I have a boyfriend. I think if Adam had shown more sexualized behavior towards her, she may have said, "Oh, by the way, I have got a boyfriend." But
maybe I don't know. As Adam's that kind of guy. I think he's a bit more of a romantic, so he's taking it slow. But I think he definitely has designs on Sam. It seems like he's engineered this walk on the beach after they've run away, and it feels like there's definitely intention on his part. And I suppose if he doesn't know she has a boyfriend, then he's not really doing anything wrong as such.
Oh, but Kelly knows, and she's going to use that. You can tell
she's not.
That's
happy,
not the strangest thing. Quiet, meek Donna suddenly is talking about Dan.
She's got a little bit of a thing for Dan. Is it the cheeky bad boy? Is that what it is? Do you think she's got an eye for I can save him, I can change him? Do you think that's where she's going with that? Or
I think if you're not going to say I am, I think Donna's a weirdo. She is strange. He did this thing with his nose. I mean, how many things can you do with a nose, right?
Well, now you ask.
She's called him sweet.
I'm not sure where we must have missed something he's done that was sweet. But,
in the last episode, Steve, in the last episode, he quite bravely and unrepentantly tried to cop off with the wardrobe manager.
Maybe he's just chancing his arm.
Maybe this is just there's certain stuff we don't see when they're eating sandwiches and stuff.
And sometimes maybe there's that thing that people see what they want to see in somebody if they are attracted to them.
Well, I mean, clearly the two girls that Donna thinks she's having a conversation with are not reacting to her whatsoever. But there seems to be a little love triangle appearing here between Kelly. Well, Kelly obviously likes Adam. We don't know what Adam's intentions are. He's been with Sam on the beach. Nothing's really happened. They didn't appear to be drunk in any kind of way. They seem to be the only two sober people at the party. Mm-hmm. And Donna is now perving on Dan, who is the perv.
I don't know if I'd say she's perving. I think she's romanticising his behaviour and almost forgiving, and he's a little bit blinded to his roguish ways. I guess we'll just have to see how that plays out.
I can't wait. And it's not weird at all having romantic scenes with my best friend of 20 years.
It's fine.
This does not feel strange to me. And I think the weird thing is it's coming out so organically that I'm starting to get scared.
I feel like we may be on track for a sequel to Brokeback Mountain here. That's what it feels like to me. Interior main venue. Dan is in the DJ box. The venue hasn't opened yet, and Eddie is trying to show him what to do.
It's that easy.
Dan looks around the system. Where's the decks?
Decks?
Yeah, the mixing decks for scratching me Speed Garage.
I know what decks are, and we don't play Speed Garage. Right. This is the dual CD players, and here's the sound desk. All you have to do is bring up the master and press play. If it's in COD 1, then the feeder should be left, and if it's COD 2, slide it to the right.
Yeah, right, I'll get started then.
Mate, you sure you understand?
I ain't thick.
I'll just say, it'll be a lot easier if you chose your songs at least 3 in advance.
Look, mate, you don't need to teach me how to DJ. My mate Damo has got his own pirate radio station, and I had my own show.
All right, then. All right, mate. I'll leave it to you. Good luck.
Can I use the microphone? Eddie turns and looks at Dan. It's a little bit later. There are kids sliding across the dance floor on their knees, and a lot of families sat around. DJ Dan is in the box playing Tragedy by Steps. Kelly, Sam and Donna are the only people dancing, and they are doing the routine. Dan looks really bored. A girl of around 11 walks to Dan and he leans over. Yeah?
Can you play All Again by Atomic Kitten?
We ain't got it.
They played it last night.
Yeah, it's been nicked.
You play some Blue?
Yeah, that's been nicked too. The girl walks off. Just to let you all know that the CDs from last night have been nicked, so we ain't doing requests. It's DJ Dan, the man on the mic. I said on the mic. Dan rummages around his bag and pulls out a handful of trance CDs. He puts one in and stops the music. Everyone looks at him. All right, everyone, let's see everybody on the dance floor. Mums and dads, you too, even the old biddies. We want to see you all. People begin filling up the dance floor. That's right, DJ Dan the man's going to teach you all a new dance. Right, are we ready? The crowd cheer quietly. I said, are we ready? I can't hear you. Everybody cheers really loud. All right, Sam, press play on the CD. Sam goes into the DJ box and waits. It's dead easy. All you got to do is follow me. Press play now. There is silence for a few seconds, and then the music comes on. It is hard house trance, and Dan is flapping around dancing. Most people stand and look in amusement, whereas some are trying to copy and keep up. Interior main venue backstage. We can still hear the hard house in the background. Stood in the corridor is Robin, Adam, and 3 female dancers. Judy quickly struts over.
All ready?
They all nod silently.
Robin, I think you're wearing a little too much foundation, darling. Your eyes look like piss holes in the snow. Here, wipe some off.
She hands him a tissue. The female dancers are warming up properly, doing leg stretches and exercises.
Looking good, girls. Worked with them 3 last year. Damn good dancers.
Adam, are you okay?
Nervous. Just remember, strong arms. That's your biggest problem. Right, good luck.
Judy turns and leaves.
Great motivation, eh?
Cow. Not move the cow, no. Main venue, lighting desk. Eddie is stood at the lighting deck. He looks a little annoyed. The hard house is still going on with Dan dancing in the background. Judy radios Eddie.
This is Eddie.
Eddie, what is that crap playing?
It's Dan.
Look, I haven't got time for this. I've got a show to put up, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Tell him to turn that shit off and announce the show.
Would that be beginners, Dan?
I'm coming over.
Eddie puts the radio down and mutters under his breath. He walks towards the dance floor, stands at the edge and tries to get Dan's attention. Eddie gestures to cut the music. Dan pulls a face. What? Eddie repeats the action. What? What you on about? Eddie does it again. You want me to kill somebody? Eddie, getting really annoyed, walks to Dan. When he reaches him, he shouts.
I said cut the bloody music!
As Eddie shouts this, the music is turned off by Sam. He whispers to Dan.
Just announce the show.
Eddie literally runs back to the lighting desk. Right, everyone, it's showtime. Got a show with singing and dancing, a bit like Top of the Pops, only without the famous people. Anyway, the camera zooms into Eddie as Dan is saying this.
Bloody idiot.
Eddie presses a button and the show music begins. The lights fade and Dan's mic is cut. The curtains on the stage open and the spotlight is zooming across. Robin runs out and leaps across the stage, landing in a crouch with his head down. Adam repeats this from the opposite direction. They rise in unison together. Is there another way to rise in unison other than together? The music slows, and then the beat kicks in as the 2 lads begin the routine. The female dancers enter with chairs in the background. It looks very polished and professional. Now, we're 2 days in, and they've got this polished and professional show going on, and they're dancing in unison. It sounds like they've had a lot of rehearsals. They are performing. They are the reason people are coming to Camp Holidays. Eddie is busy with his lighting desk, while Judy is stood behind with a clipboard scribbling notes. She's getting frustrated with mistakes the casts are making.
Eddie, can you bring Adam up? We're losing his voice in the music.
Oh, he sounds fine to me.
I'm sorry. I forgot you were head of production. Fine.
Eddie brings up Adam's level, and there's a really loud feedback. Eddie quickly resolves the problem.
You did that on purpose.
Judy's attention is taken back to the show.
Strong arms, Adam. For God's sake, Robin, smile.
Judy begins writing notes on her clipboard. The number finishes, and there is a huge round of applause and lots of whooping. Interior main venue. We're with the Freaky family. As the number ends, the mother and father start forcefully clapping.
Now that's entertainment. Oh, yeah.
The next number starts, and the cast take their positions. By this time, people are beginning to fill up the dance floor, proving the show is a success. Dan is stood at the side of the stage trying to copy the routines. 1 hour later, on the dance floor, Dan is stood chatting up some young mothers. Adam and Robin enter in uniform. They are immediately met by Judy.
2:30 tomorrow, rehearsal room.
How come?
Oh, nothing serious. Made some notes and things need cleaning up. Was the show all right?
Judy turns and walks away. Adam and Robin look bewildered and carry on walking. Sam appears and approaches them. That was really, really good. Thanks. There is a small silence. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Gotta mingle with my fans. Robin leaves. Sam and Adam look at each other.
So you liked it then?
Yeah, you look really good. I didn't know you were such a good dancer.
I'm not really a good dancer. I mean a mover, but not a dancer.
You could have fooled me. I wish I could dance like you. Kelly walks in the background behind Adam. Sam sees her as she gestures provocatively towards Adam, clearly indicating the attraction between the two.
Oh, thanks a lot, Sam. I'm glad you like it. Thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone liked it as well, not just me.
Oh, I hope so.
I spoke to my boyfriend earlier. Adam looks a bit confused at the sudden change of subject.
Great. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, he's fine. I told him that we were mates.
Okay.
I said you and me, we're friends, pals.
Yeah, pals. Right. Well, I've got to. I should be doing some work.
Yeah, me too.
See you later then.
There is a small, uncomfortable silence, and they both split in opposite directions.
Interior Wayne's office. Wayne is sat at his desk with a huge pizza box on it. There is half-eaten food on the top. Dan is sat slumped opposite. On the walls are pictures of all sizes featuring Wayne as a camp coat from earlier years. Wayne is sat in a big black swivel chair. He turns around to face Dan.
Are you stupid? Are you really that thick? We gave you one duty, one job to do, and you find some way to fuck it up. In all my years here, I have never known a single person to be in the office as much as you. We even made it easy for you. We gave you the music to play, and what do? You tell the entire resort the CD has been fucking stolen, and you make matters worse, you play happy fucking hardcore. Were you dropped on your head as a baby?
Dan attempts to reply, but is immediately interrupted.
You've got a lot to learn, lad. When I was a camp coat, it was a lot different to how it is now. Stricter. Fall out of line just once, and they'd have your bollocks faster than you could say Willie the Walrus. Now, I'm not one to brag. Actually, I am. I was the best camp coach who ever walked through these gates. We had the Donkey Derby every week, and I sold more tickets than any other person to date. And comparing venues, I wrote the book on microphone behaviour. Interior, Adam's chalet. The door opens and a tired-looking Adam enters. He throws his keys on the side and turns on the TV. He walks into the bathroom, takes off his top and splashes his face and head with water. Just as he reaches over for the towel, there's a loud knock at the door. Towel in hand and glistening abs on show. Kelly has stood there.
Oh, hello. Catch you at a bad time? No, of course not.
Adam dries his face.
What's up, Kelly?
Kelly lifts up a bottle of wine.
Busy? Well, it's a little late.
Kelly walks into the chalet past Adam and sits on the bed.
We spent hardly any time together, so I thought wine and a movie.
Wine? What? Wine and a movie?
You're not too tired, are you?
Adam thinks and sighs.
No, I'll get some glasses.
Great.
Adam goes into the bathroom and comes back with 2 mugs. Meanwhile, Kelly has taken her coat off and is wearing very tight clothes. She puts the bottle between her thighs and provocatively pulls the cork. Adam realises he isn't wearing a shirt.
Oh, give us a sec. I'll grab a shirt. Don't bother on my account.
Adam laughs and puts on a shirt. Kelly pours the wine and Adam takes his place on the edge of the bed. Interior Wayne's office. Wayne is still lecturing Dan, who looks half asleep. The kids. You know, there's adults coming here now that I used to entertain when they were kids. They all remember me. You wait, a lot of people will be asking for me. Happens every year. So you see, the things you do now mark you later on in life. I know what you're thinking, and you're right. You've got a lot to live up to, and I don't expect you to. I was the best, and that's almost impossible to beat. Back in Adam's chalet. Adam is now laid on the single bed. Kelly is attempting to drape herself across him. They're watching the movie.
Hey, these single beds, there's never enough room in here, is there?
Adam laughs, and Kelly snuggles into him.
Hey, the light's a bit bright. I'll just turn it off.
She gets up and turns off the light. Adam, throughout all of this, is looking extremely drowsy and half asleep. We cut back to Wayne's office. Wayne is still talking. And I've been disc jockeying for years. You've got a lot to learn with the art of mixing. In fact, I'll bring you in a couple of my remixes. I've done a great R&B version of Sitting in the Dock of the Bay. I'll bring it in tomorrow. Thanks. You're lucky, really lucky. Now get out of here, and I expect you to be as good as gold tomorrow. Otherwise, you'll see real trouble. Dan gets up quickly and leaves. Wayne smiles smugly to himself and continues to eat cold pizza. We cut back to Adam's chalet. Adam is now sound asleep on the bed. Kelly carefully puts her leg over his. She slips her hand under his shirt and touches his chest.
Adam, are you awake?
Adam mumbles something incoherent. Kelly moves her hand to his jeans and undoes the belt. Once his jeans are loose, she puts her hands carefully down his trousers. Adam wakes and sees her hands down his jeans. She immediately moves towards him. She smiles and starts rubbing him.
Oh, I can't do this with you.
You're doing it with yourself. That's the worst thing. This is you on you.
Carry on. I will continue to come on to myself.
Sorry? She keeps rubbing your mind. She smiles and starts rubbing him.
What are you doing?
Having an asthma attack, I think.
Let me go again.
This never normally happens to me.
Sorry.
Kelly, what are you doing?
Shh. Right, let's be serious for a moment. Kelly leans forward and kisses Adam on the lips. After a second, Adam responds, and the kissing becomes more heated. Kelly removes her hand from his trousers and straddles him, hitching up her skirt. Kelly starts to remove Adam's shirt. Suddenly, Adam comes to his senses.
Kelly, wait.
Kelly starts to kiss Adam's ear and neck, not really listening.
No, this isn't right. It's okay, just relax.
Kelly pushes Adam down so he's lying on his back.
Kelly, we shouldn't be doing this. It's fine. Just close your eyes.
Kelly begins to make her way down Adam's body and starts to unbutton his jeans. As she begins to pull down his jeans, Adam jumps off the bed, pulling them back up.
What's wrong? I don't think we should. Why not? What's wrong with me?
Nothing. You're really pretty and nice.
Pretty?
Yeah. But look, I think we should just be friends.
Kelly gets off the bed and grabs her coat.
Whatever.
Kelly walks to the door and opens it. Adam follows her.
Kelly, I'm sorry. You only get one chance with me, darling. Could do better without you anyway.
Kelly storms out, slamming the door behind her. Dan is walking with his head down and his hands in his pockets as he makes his way forlornly home. He kicks a stone on the path, and without warning, he bumps into an irate Kelly.
Why don't you watch where you're going, you twat?
Sorry, Kelly. I didn't see you there.
Oh, Dan, I didn't realise it was you. Have you just finished work?
Yeah, fucking Wayne got me in his office for 2 hours.
Hey, get told off again, eh?
Dan nods, reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pack of cigarettes. Look like you need one. Kelly smiles and takes a cigarette. Dan has one also, and lights them both. They start walking. What's up then?
I'm just sick of this pissing place.
Yeah?
I could do any job I wanted, and I chose this shithole dancing to steps every night.
Dan smiles. They reach Kelly's chalet.
This is mine.
You want another ciggy for later? Kelly smiles at Dan's generosity.
Have you got a girlfriend?
No, I'm between them at the moment. You know how it is. Kelly slams Dan against the chalet door and starts kissing him. He's a bit shocked, but then gets as heated as her, hands roaming. She stops him.
You want to come in?
Oh, yeah. Kelly opens the door and the two go in. She slams the door shut behind them. It's the interior of Adam's chalet. It's the morning, and we hear a mobile phone ringing. Adam stirs and sleepily picks up his mobile phone. He answers.
Hello?
From the other end, we hear Judy speaking.
Morning, Adam. You're late!
Adam bolts upright in bed.
Oh, shit!
The credits roll to end episode 1 of The Last Resort. So, a lot to digest there, Mike.
That got weird. That got super weird.
Did you not enjoy our passionate embrace there at the end? I think.
I feel I've cheated on myself with myself, and I've cheated on myself with you. It was that was really difficult, actually, and awkward. I couldn't look at you, Steve. I can see you on camera, and I could not look at you. I could not look at your face at all while we were doing this. I'm sure you could look at me while I'm talking about myself.
Well, you did a very good job of seducing yourself, because let's not forget, Adam did kiss Kelly back a little bit there at one point. I mean, she's probably a bit of a temptress, but she's just had he's just had Sam express she's got a boyfriend. She's just turned around and said, "I'm taken." And that wasn't prompted by anything. It was just, I'm taken. So I suppose he's a little bit hurt that okay, that's closing off a little bit. And I think now that he maybe for a moment had his head turned by Kelly. I think that's fair to say. For a second, microcosm of a second.
I don't think it did not strike me as romantic or sexy in any kind of way. I don't know whether if we'd had someone here reading with us, we could have made it a little bit more sexy. I don't think we could have done. I think Kelly just she obviously had something in her mind that she wanted to get, and And Dan's there, and that's going to create a different dynamic with Donna, because we've now got we don't even have a triangle anymore. It's what would you call that? Would you call it a diamond?
I think we're verging on octagon at the moment. I don't know what's going on. We'll find out when we get into the next episode. Wayne, maybe we should talk about Wayne a little bit as well. He's had a real good 2-hour rant. Narcissistic, in my mind, 100%. He still sees himself as the best of the best. I think he's frustrated he's not still out there doing it, but he's quite happy to tell anybody that will listen just how amazing he is.
Do you know? I've taken. All right, I'm going to go against type here because I've spoke about Wayne and I've spoke about Dan. I think Wayne sees.
I'm going to choose my words very carefully here because I almost said sees himself in Dan. I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say, I think he sees a bit of himself in Dan, in terms of there's something there that he connects with. Otherwise, why would Wayne spend his time? Yes, he's showing off, but also he's trying to put Dan on a different path. Because let's face it, this whole script has been riddled. Like Dan, I didn't realize how prominent Dan was in this episode. Actually, he's really front and center. He's actually the main character, and I never realized that until we've read it just now. But he is the instigator of everything that's gone wrong so far, apart from, the moody cow going into the swimming pool.
Yeah. So he's kind of, although I think the intention is somewhat comic relief, he still helps to drive the narrative a little bit here. So, let's see what happens when we get into the next episode. So, Mike, tell me, have you ever been in a situation where you're happily talking to a girl and she just drops a bomb that she has a boyfriend completely out of the blue and out of context with the conversation you're having?
I would say that happily talking to a girl is probably the wrong term. I think it's either desperately or nervously. I think would be the two words that I would use to describe that. But yeah, there is a story actually. I do recall a story, and I'm sure the listeners who have been following this podcast will know I'm gonna at some point come out with some story, and I'm probably painting myself in a particular way here. But there was a time where I was talking to this girl, and there were loads of us all together, and we were. There was this girl I got talking to. It turned out that she was related to a celebrity comedian. I was quite enthralled by that and wanted to know more about it. And the event of the evening was bingo. We're all going to be playing bingo, and I thought, well, I don't really want to play bingo, but I wanted to be chivalrous, so I bought a bingo ticket and walked over to it in front of everybody. And we're not talking a few people; we're talking about a lot of people. And I said, would you like this bingo ticket to fill it out on my behalf? And she reached a hand out, took it, and went, yes, but just so you know, I have a boyfriend, in front of at least 10 people. And in my mind, everything went quiet. And I kind of stood there, and we're both holding on to this ticket. We're both holding on to it. And I went, great, do you want to fill the ticket out, though? And she went, yeah, but just so you know, it's not going to go anywhere. And my response was, it's bingo. So yeah, I have been in that situation, and again, bingo has been. I've never played bingo since. I never will. It brings back horrible memories of that. But I do remember having a lot of people come up to me afterwards, going, nice try, mate, and you're not the first to have gone there. And yeah, she put me in my place straight away just by buying her a £2 bingo ticket, and I didn't even win bingo or her at the end of the day. So that was me in my place in the most awkward of moments. And we were stood a few meters apart, so it wasn't even that we were close to each other because I was leaning over to get the ticket.
Yeah, it's there's nothing quite like the feeling of being rejected before you even ask.
It was a moment that I remember. Steve, have you? I mean, can you recall any situation?
Well, I mean, you'd have to go right back to probably at school where you've gone up to a girl and said, "Do you want to go out?" And I do recall a time when she went. I did that. I plucked up the courage, and I was quite a shy kid, and I said, "Will you go out with me?" And she sort of looked down at her shoes and looked back up at me and stared into my eyes. No, but I quite fancy your mate. So I was shot down, and she dated my friend for the next 6 months, which was not at all damning for my self-confidence. Or
did you continue to go out with the both of them though, didn't you? You were the third wheel. Were you just
I played gooseberry for a while, yeah.
You played gooseberry, didn't you? I can see it written all over your face as well, that you just kind of sat there grinning and bearing it.
to be honest, after the rejection, I was kind of like, if I'm not good enough for you, honey, you're not good enough for me. So,
well, it's funny because if we flip it on its head as well, I mean, I've never really been in a situation that many times where a girl has asked me out or said something and I've said I have a partner. I think the only time I ever recall being asked out by a girl was she looked like Ken Dodd.
sorry. So you were asked out by the female equivalent of Ken Dodd.
Her mum looked like Ken Dodd and she looked like Ken Dodd. Teeth and everything. It was the only time I've really been asked out and I didn't quite know how to deal with it. And I did actually say to her, no, I'm sorry, I have a girlfriend. I lied because I didn't, but I really wanted to let her down gently and that was the only way I could do it. But yeah, I was once asked out by a girl who looked just like Ken Dodd.
So she never got to see your tickling stick then?
Thankfully not.
Look, Mike, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. And I want to thank our listeners for all of their wonderful feedback and for staying with us over this first completed episode of The Last Resort. And we'll see you next time on Bad Scripts.
Bad Scripts was written and performed by Mike Garlia and Steve Jones, a Beach Tide production.